Well, I think that that really always comes down to my particular Christology, my idea of Jesus. Because I think a lot of people, when there's suffering, when there's tragedy, they say, well, where is God in the midst of this? And why did God allow this to happen? And I think that the way I view it is not that God is allowing suffering in some way, but I think God is always bearing that suffering. So to me, the most reliable way of knowing who God is by seeing how God chose to reveal who God is in Jesus Christ, a human being. It's much easier for us to understand. Most of God is unknowable, and we should probably be grateful for that. I'm like, it's in that, like, I don't want to know, right? but so if you look at Jesus, so to me, the greatest revelation of who God was actually at the cross. Because to me, that's not God's little boy, like God is some sort of divine child abuser sending his son, and he only had one. Like, come on, give me a break, right? Like, God's little boy, and he only had one, and as this sort of divine child abuser, or as this cigar-chomping loan shark demanding his pound of flesh, he's sending his little boy to what a hogwash, right? That actually is God on the cross. That's God saying, I would rather die than be in the sin accounting business that you've put me in. That from the cross... That from the cross, there's all this stuff about the final judgment. You know what the final judgment is to me? It's God dying on the cross and saying, forgive them, they know not what they're doing. That's an eternally valid statement to me. That is God's judgment upon us. And so, to me, if God could bear that kind of suffering and only respond in forgiveness and love, that's the God who is present in a devastating hurricane, in that room with an abused child. So to me, God has come into the world and is bearing that, not causing it.
Okay.